What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune in and you check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about package deals, right? And how you can't really have it both ways when you want to be a package deal with your kids. And I think LeBron James is in that same situation. Have you ever heard a woman say like when she's dating a guy and then she first thing she'll say is, if she have kids, she'll say, "Well, we're a package deal, and you can't, if you can't accept my kids, then you can't have, we're like we come together, so you got to accept my kids too." And so what that means is she wants her kids also to be able to benefit from the relationship that she's having with that man, right? So that I mean, and I'm not saying that that's wrong, but there is another side to that too, especially when it comes to as I'm talking about LeBron James. LeBron James wants his kids and his families to benefit from the success that he's having on the court. But also there's another side to that. So whatever the stresses or whatever any type of issues that come with him playing professional basketball, then that affects his family too. That's why I think it's important, you know, for people to think about what's going to be the effect of this relationship that I'm starting with these people, with this person or these people, if things go south, if things don't work out the way I want to. And remember, LeBron James, when he first came to the NBA, LeBron James was a teenager. So he could not probably even have thought about what was going to happen, later on down the line when it came to dealing with powerful people like he's doing. He thought that it was all going to be, sunny days from here on out, right? But dealing in the NBA, a lot, what happens surrounds LeBron James also affects his kids and his wife, right? And so I want to take the audio from this guy, what is Trap House Kitchen, right? And because, like I said, it can't work both ways, and sometimes people don't, they find out that or they realize that you can't have it both ways when it's too late. And now that LeBron James is in the situation that he's in, I'm sure that like he wants to shield his kids from certain things and shield his wife from certain things. But when you're dealing with certain entities, you don't have that option all the time to be able to shield and protect your kids, right? And so now let's listen to this though, how with these numerologists and how everything is really seeping over into and affecting his family is and his son.
I'm trying to leave this story alone, but it's hard to when I keep seeing certain things flash before my eyes. I need to take a close look at the number 724. Y'all know 724, 2026. Oh, yeah, the day that LeBron James signed to the Philadelphia 76ers, right? Check out this connection.
Hold up, let me stop this right here because I'm reading the comments too, right? And it says the real King James the Fourth became King of Scotland on July the 24th, 1567. Just 13. Hold up, let me see if I can get this. Oh, at the age of 13. So let me say that again. The real King James the Fourth became King of Scotland on July the 24th, in 1567 at the age of 13. So this crazy. Let me get back to what this guy was saying, but it's just too much.
In this alignment. Do y'all know that years ago, allegedly, it's reported that when that happened to Bronny, that heart condition, that issue that happened to him, do y'all know that happened? Look closely. That happened in 2023, allegedly, on what day? 7/24. Think I'm done? Look at this. When LeBron scored his points, look at the time he scored his points to pass Kobe Bryant. It happened at 7/24 in the third quarter, and he became number 3 on the scoring list past Kobe Bryant. Just like I mentioned in the beginning, 7/24, 2026 is when he signed. A lot of 24/7s happening because they're playing the whole world 24/7, 365 days of the year. Look, they even got it all set up, put together for you and me to see in plain sight. Look at that. Look at that.
All right. So, like I said, when you want, LeBron wanted his son to be drafted by the Lakers, and so he could play with him, and that's cool. Like I said, and you telling the world, you're telling everybody that we are a package deal, and so if you want me on your team, then you got to bring my son into, you know what I mean? You got to draft my son. But then what about later on when LeBron James, you can't say leave my family out of this. And see, that's what some people try to, when things start to go south, you know, uh, they want to be the sacrifice. Take me, not my kids, or not my wife, not my family. Leave my family out of this. You don't really get that option, because these evil forces or these dark forces that you're dealing with, they also see you as a package deal, because they can leverage your family and your kids in order to get you to conform. And this is not something that's new. They did it. This has been going way back since the beginning of time. That's how you control the man, through the woman, right? If the woman is afraid, then you could control the man, because he don't want, if she's afraid for her safety, then you could control the man, because the man in her life don't want to put her at risk. So he's going to conform, whereas though if he didn't have her in his life, he probably would stand up and fight against that situation, even until the death. But if he has to think about his woman and his kids, then he is more likely to conform. And so this is a situation I think that LeBron James found himself in. Whereas though I think LeBron James, I mean, this thing right here, man, is deep. I think LeBron James is going to find himself in situations where he's doing and saying things that probably he wouldn't otherwise do if they didn't, if these dark forces didn't really have the leverage that they have against them. Let me get back to some more of this.
So much, and it helps out so much. The more you guys comment, the
Wait a minute,
more.
hold on.
And I did some digging today, and I found out that Bronny had his situation on 7/24 also. Now, there's a clip of LeBron balling, and you got that 7/24 up there. But what else caught my eye on that screen was the 1.3 seconds left on the shot clock. Remove that decimal from the 1.3. That's 13. We know 13 is a very significant number for these people. And that's interesting because it's a significant number for them, but on the elevator, there's never a 13th floor. Anyways, we're going to review and react to these clips. Shout out to y'all in the comments section. Thank you guys so much.
Hold on. Now, let me go to the comment, right? Because these comments, and a lot of people are really paying attention to this. And so these comments say he's still playing because he ain't trying to die. He just want to live, like he said in his post-game interview. Let me see. You hear how he said it, and he said it 2 times at that, right? So LeBron James, in my opinion, he realized what he got himself into, and he realized what he's up against when it comes to these forces that LeBron James is dealing with. Like this number 13 and being let me see, Kobe Bryant was the 13th pick from the Hornets. And so yeah, this whole situation, in my opinion, let me see, the situation with Bronny happening 3 years before his dad signed with Philadelphia, even has more significance, right? Let me see. 23 is Bron jersey number, and when you add 2 and 3, then you get the year 2023, the year Bronny's situation occurred, right? So it's a lot that goes on with this stuff, man. Shout out to people who are numerologists and who are able to like put all this, put these pieces together and figure this stuff out. My thing with that though, so if you're able to put the pieces together and figure this stuff out, I would like to see people be able to predict a pattern. You know what I mean? So if you see a pattern, then you would be able to predict like what's going to happen and stuff like that. But I think it's probably even more complicated than that, because I don't know, man. But why LeBron James ends up at Philly? That is, that is crazy. That's crazy, man. So that's my take on it, man. I want to know what y'all think about this situation with LeBron James, man, and how y'all feel about the package deal. LeBron James, you can't have it both ways. You wanted the Lakers to draft your son, and now they have drafted your son. And just think about this. Jeannie Buss said that LeBron James didn't show any appreciation, right? And that statement right there just lets me know that, I don't know, man, like when he said he didn't appreciate what we have done for you, I think that just showed that the people, they're going to hold LeBron James accountable for this. You know what I mean? LeBron James asked for it, and then when he starts to complain about what he's going through, they're going to say they're going to bring all this up. You wanted your son in the league. You wanted your son, you know what I mean? You said that y'all was a package deal. All this stuff, I think, man, could really come back to haunt LeBron James. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.